Hastinapur. Even if everything went according to Shakuna's plans, he was still wary about the Pandavas and a possible war in the future. So he uses his wits and cunningness, and makes Duryodhana a student of Balaram, to improve his mace fighting techniques. And since the dear friend of Duryodhana, Ashwathama, the part which was Karna's in the original Ford Vigvijayatra, means of world conquest in order to increase Hastinapur's power. At the same time Arjuna was deep in meditation to please God Shiva. And as the original Shiva was impressed by Arjuna and presents him with his Pashupathastra. And Indra also comes to Arjuna and he invites him to heaven to acquire more celestial weapons, so that no one could stand up against his son. After this Indra was convinced that, now even the great Karna's power is just a candle compared to Arjuna. Karna reaches Parashuram's ashram. He was reluctant to enter the ashram as he was ashamed of himself. He knew there is no way Lord Parashuram will see him. Then why did Sri Krishna ask him to meet with him, he wondered, but he knows that Sri Krishna will never say anything without any reason, so he gave up his doubts and entered the ashram. Seeing Karna, Parshuram trembled with rage, and shouts at him, how dare he come before him after what he had done, and summons his divine axe to kill Karna. But Karna didn't waver before the enraged Parashurama and bowed before him and offered his head. And said that the only reason he came was to apologize to his guru for his mistakes, he wanted his teacher's forgiveness. And explains the circumstances for what he did, but Parashuram didn't care about that and in his rage he almost beheaded Karna. But stopped at the last moment. Even with all that happened, he was still his favorite student and he loved him like his own son. Parshuram didn't speak anything and just left. For a while Karna dedicated his life to serve his guru, to attain his forgiveness. And slowly Parshuram started to soften, but didn't show anything expressively. At some point Suryadev also meets with Parashuram to ask him to forgive his son. And slowly time passes on and almost 12 years have passed. In the previous part I made a mistake by telling 13 years Vanvas and 1 year Ajitavas, but it was actually 12-year Vanvas and 1 year Ajitavas, sorry for the mistake. At this time Karna asks Parashuram that he never gave him his Guru Dakshina. For that Parashuram says that how can he ask for Guru Dakshina after he took everything away from him. And forgives Karna by saying that he can't take back the curse once given, but he can weaken it. And says that the curse will take effect only once in this lifetime. And also presents him the Bhargava Astra. An arrow when launched will shower millions of arrows which will continue to shower, till it was called back by whoever launched it. And his personal bow, the invincible bow of Lord Shiva, which Lord Shiva used to fire his Pashupathastra to destroy Tripura. The 3 towns of demons in a single shot. The Vijayadanas, which is said to be indestructible even by any kind of astra or any divine weapon. Every time an arrow is aimed, the energy of the arrow is amplified by multiple times as this bow is charged with sacred mantras. And blesses him that as long as he holds this bow no one can beat him, he will be invincible. With this Karna says farewell to his teacher and leaves to meet with his brothers and wife. Shakuni and Duryodhana hears about this and was upset. They knew somehow they have to find the Pandav before the 1 year ends. And someone else was also unhappy about Karna's new powers, Lord Indra. He was getting frustrated. Even after everything he did to increase his son's powers, Karna still manages to close the gap somehow. After this everything goes according to the original story and they completes the 1 year. But Duryodhana doesn't agree to give them back their kingdom or even 6 villages as Sri Krishna suggested. And Sri Krishna declares for the great battle of Kurukshetra, Mahabharata. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.